I'm staring at the conference room screen, watching my husband present my research like it's his own masterpiece. The graphs, the data analysis, the breakthrough formula, I spent 8 months building it all. Derek stands there in his crisp navy suit, laser pointer in hand, explaining his discovery to the executive board. My coffee cup trembles slightly in my grip. I'm sitting in the back corner, introduced as just observing today. Nobody questions it. Nobody ever does. Derek's charm fills the room like expensive cologne, and everyone's leaning forward, captivated. This algorithm, he says confidently, will revolutionize how we predict market trends. The CFO nods, impressed. The CEO scribbles notes furiously. I want to scream. I want to stand up and tell them the truth. But I stay frozen, watching my work get stolen in real time. Derek catches my eye for half a second. There's no guilt there, just a warning glance that says stay quiet. Later, as everyone files out congratulating him, I remain seated. My hands are shaking now, but not from fear. Something inside me just shifted. I'm done being invisible. This ends today. It wasn't always like this. When Derek and I met 6 years ago at a tech conference, he seemed different. I was presenting a paper on predictive analytics, and he approached me afterward, genuinely interested in my work. You're brilliant, he'd said, eyes bright with admiration. I've never met anyone who understands data like you do. We married 18 months later. Back then, I thought we were partners. Equals. We both worked at Vertex Solutions, a mid-sized analytics firm downtown. He was in client relations, I was in research and development. The shift happened gradually. First, he'd ask me to look over his presentations. Then he'd request I help explain technical concepts to clients. Before long, I was doing most of his analytical work while he took meetings and schmoozed executives. I told myself it was teamwork, that marriages required compromise, that his social skills complemented my technical abilities. My mom always said, a rising tide lifts all boats. I believe supporting Derek meant we'd both succeed. But tides don't work when only one person gets lifted while the other drowns quietly. After the presentation, Derek takes me to lunch at an upscale bistro. He's buzzing with energy, practically vibrating in his seat. The waiter brings sparkling water, and Derek orders the most expensive steak on the menu. Did you see their faces? He grins, cutting into warm bread. Thompson practically begged me to lead the new division. I stir my soup mechanically. That was my algorithm, Derek. His smile doesn't fade. Our algorithm, Maya. We're a team, remember? He reaches across the table, squeezing my hand. His touch feels cold despite the warm restaurant. But I created every formula. I ran every test. I wrote the entire program. And I presented it perfectly, he counters smoothly. You're amazing with numbers, babe, but you freeze in front of executives. I'm just playing to our strengths. There it is again, that twisted logic he uses to make theft sound like teamwork. I pull my hand back, appetite gone. What if I want credit for my own work? Derek's expression hardens slightly. Maya, don't be difficult. This promotion affects both of us. More money, better benefits. Isn't that what we want? I don't answer. Because suddenly, I'm not sure what I want anymore. That night, I can't sleep. Derek snores softly beside me while I stare at the ceiling, replaying everything. The presentation. His dismissive tone at lunch. The way he made my concerns sound selfish. I slip out of bed at 2 a.m. and pad to our home office. My laptop glows to life, casting blue light across my face. I open the secure folder containing all my research files, the raw data, the test results, the developmental timeline. Everything's time-stamped. Every breakthrough has my name attached in the metadata. I'd been meticulous, never imagining I'd need proof against my own husband. My fingers hover over the keyboard. Part of me wants to forward everything to HR right now. Expose him. But another part, the part that still remembers how he used to look at me with genuine love, hesitates. Then I remember his eyes during the presentation. Cold. Calculating. Using me. I don't send the files to HR. Instead, I do something else. I create a hidden backup on an external drive, then encrypt the original files with a new password. If Derek wants to present his work again, he'll need me to access it. Let's see how brilliant he is without my brain doing the heavy lifting. Derek gets the promotion 3 days later. Vice President of Analytics and Strategy. His office moves to the executive floor, complete with floor-to-ceiling windows and a mahogany desk that probably costs more than my car. I'm still in my cramped cubicle on the 3rd floor. He invites me to his celebratory dinner with the executive team, but only as my wife, Maya. Not as the researcher who made his promotion possible. Just decoration for his achievement. I wear a simple black dress and smile politely while 7 executives congratulate Derek on his innovative thinking and game-changing algorithm. The CEO, Robert Chen, raises his glass. To Derek Mitchell, the future of Vertex Solutions. Everyone drinks. I sip my water, watching Derek soak in praise that belongs to me. He catches my eye and winks, like we're sharing a private joke. But I'm not laughing. Under the table, my phone buzzes. An email from Vertex's HR system. Congratulations on your team's success. As VP Mitchell's primary support, you're eligible for a small bonus. Support. That's what I've become. Not a researcher. Not an innovator. Just support. I excuse myself to the restroom, lock the door, and let out a shaky breath. My reflection stares back, tired eyes, forced smile. When did I become so invisible? The next morning, Derek wakes me with breakfast in bed. Pancakes, fresh strawberries, orange juice. He's being extra attentive, almost guilty. I know this transition has been tough, he says, sitting on the bed's edge. But I promise, once I'm settled in, I'll make sure you get recognized too. Empty promises. I've heard them before. I encrypted the main project files, I say calmly, cutting into my pancakes. Changed all the passwords last night. Derek freezes mid-sip of coffee.
What?
Why would you do that? Security precaution, I reply sweetly. You know how important data protection is. His jaw tightens. Maya, I need access to those files. I have a presentation next week. Then I guess you'll need me there to unlock them. We stare at each other. Something shifts in his expression, realization that I'm not playing along anymore. He sets down his coffee cup carefully, like he's handling explosives. Don't do this, he warns quietly. Don't make me choose between you and my career. I'm not making you choose anything, I reply. I'm just protecting my work. He leaves for the office without another word. I eat my pancakes alone, tasting victory for the first time in months. At work, Derek avoids me completely. No texts, no calls, no visits to my cubicle. His silence is loud, echoing through our suddenly cold apartment. But I'm not backing down. Instead, I start something new. Late at night, after Derek falls asleep, I begin developing a secondary algorithm. One that's even better than the first. This time, I'm documenting everything under my name only, registering copyrights, creating an unbreakable paper trail. My colleague Rachel notices I'm staying late. She's a data analyst too, sharp and observant. Working on something big, she asks one evening, perching on my desk. I glance around, then lower my voice. What would you do if someone took credit for your work? Rachel's eyes narrow. Is this about Derek's promotion? I don't answer directly, but my silence speaks volumes. Maya, she leans closer. Everyone in R&D knows you created that algorithm. We've seen you working on it for months. Derek barely understands basic regression analysis. Then why doesn't anyone say anything? Rachel sighs. Because he's charming, connected. And now he's a VP. Who's going to challenge him? I am, I whisper. Rachel studies me for a long moment, then smiles.
Good.
Let me know if you need help. Derek's big presentation is scheduled for Monday. By Friday, he's desperate. He's tried guessing passwords, searching my laptop, even sweet-talking our IT guy. Nothing works. Saturday morning, he finally breaks. Maya, please. I need those files. I'm sitting on our couch, reading a book. What's the magic word? This isn't a game. His voice rises, frustrated. My entire presentation depends on accessing that data. Exactly. I set down my book calmly. Your presentation depends on my data. Doesn't that strike you as a problem? We've been through this. We're married. What's yours is mine. Actually, I stand up, meeting his eyes directly. That's not how intellectual property works. Those algorithms were created by me during my work hours, using my research. Legally, they're mine. Derek's face reddens. You wouldn't dare. Wouldn't dare what? Claim ownership of my own work. I laugh humorlessly. Watch me. He grabs his car keys, heading for the door.
Fine.
I'll recreate the algorithm myself. Good luck with that. I call after him. You have 48 hours. The door slams. I sit back down, hands surprisingly steady. This is it, the point of no return. And strangely, I feel lighter than I have in years. Sunday evening. Derek returns home defeated. His eyes are bloodshot, hair disheveled. He's been at the office all weekend, trying to rebuild my work from memory. It hasn't gone well. I need your help, he admits quietly. Pride clearly swallowed. Why should I help you? He sits beside me, suddenly vulnerable. Because I love you. Because we're partners. Because. He trails off, searching for words. Because I'm sorry. Those two words hang in the air. I want to believe them. Part of me still loves the man I married. If I help you, I say carefully, things change. No more taking credit. No more dismissing my contributions. I want recognition. I'll mention you in the presentation, he promises. Not good enough. I want my name on the patent application. I want co-authorship on all publications. I want a promotion to senior researcher with appropriate compensation. Derek hesitates. I can see him calculating, weighing options. Okay, he finally agrees. You have my word. I study his face, searching for sincerity. Maybe I'm foolish, but I want to believe marriages can be repaired. I'll unlock the files, I tell him. But Derek, if you betray me again, I'm done. Completely done. He nods, relief flooding his features. I won't. I promise. Monday's presentation goes smoothly. Derek uses my algorithm, and this time, he mentions my contribution. I want to acknowledge my wife, Maya Mitchell, whose research was instrumental in developing this model. It's something. Not enough, but something. The executives clap politely. Rachel gives me a thumbs up from across the room. For a moment, I feel hopeful. Maybe Derek meant his apology. Maybe we can move forward. After the meeting, Derek's boss, Robert Chen, approaches me. Maya, I had no idea you were so involved in this project. Your husband's been holding out on us. He laughs, but I catch something in his tone, genuine interest. I'm happy to discuss the technical details anytime, I offer. I'd like that. Let's schedule a meeting this week. Derek watches our exchange, jaw tight. Later, in the parking garage, he confronts me. What was that about? What about?
Chun.
You were networking. I was having a conversation. I correct. Is that not allowed? Derek runs his hand through his hair. Just don't make me look bad, okay? And there it is. His real concern isn't my feelings or career. It's his image. I unlock my car without responding. The drive home is silent and tense. My meeting with Robert Chen happens Wednesday. His office is impressive, awards lining the walls, a view of the entire city skyline. He gestures to a leather chair. Tell me about your background, Maya. I walk him through my education, my research experience, my passion for predictive analytics. He listens intently, asking sharp questions that prove he actually understands the technical aspects. Why haven't we utilized your skills more directly, he asks. I choose my words carefully. I've been primarily focused on research and development. Behind-the-scenes work. That seems like a waste of talent. He leans forward. We're expanding our analytics division. I'd like you to lead a special project, developing next-generation forecasting tools for our financial sector clients. My heart races. This is huge. I'd be honored. It comes with a promotion. Senior Analytics Director. Your own team. Significant budget. I can barely breathe. Everything I've wanted, finally within reach. There's one complication, Chen adds. You'd be working alongside Derek's division, but independently. Can you handle that dynamic? I meet his eyes. Absolutely. We shake hands. As I leave his office, I feel powerful.
Seen. Valued.
Derek is not going to like this. I'm right. When Derek hears about my promotion, his reaction is ice-cold fury. You went behind my back, he accuses that night. Made me look incompetent. I accepted a job offer. I counter. How is that going behind your back? Because it undermines my authority. I'm VP of Analytics. Having my wife lead a competing division makes me look weak. Or it makes us look like a power couple, I suggest. Two talented people succeeding in the same field. Derek paces our kitchen, agitated. This is exactly what I was afraid of. You couldn't just be supportive. You had to compete. His words sting because they reveal his true belief that my success diminishes his. That we can't both shine. I'm taking the position, I say firmly. This isn't negotiable. Then maybe we need to reconsider this marriage. The threat hangs between us, sharp and painful. Part of me wants to back down, to smooth things over. But a stronger part refuses to shrink anymore. If supporting my career ends our marriage, then maybe our marriage isn't worth saving. Derek stares at me, shocked. We've never spoken this honestly before. The truth feels dangerous and liberating. I move into my new office the following Monday. It's smaller than Derek's, but mine. Completely mine. My name is printed on the door. Maya Mitchell, Senior Analytics Director. My team consists of 4 brilliant researchers. Rachel, who transferred to work with me, 2 recent graduates hungry to prove themselves, and a veteran analyst named Tom who's forgotten more about data than most people learn. Our first meeting is energizing. Everyone's excited about the financial forecasting project. Ideas bounce around the room, building on each other. This is what collaboration should feel like. I want everyone's contributions recognized. I tell my team, your names go on everything we publish. Credit where credit is due. Rachel smiles knowingly. The others nod enthusiastically. We dive into work, and I lose myself in the flow. This is what I love, the puzzle of data, the thrill of discovery, the satisfaction of solving complex problems. At lunch, Rachel and I grab sandwiches from the cafeteria. Derek's been talking about you, she mentions casually. Let me guess. Nothing good. He's telling people you're difficult, that the promotion went to your head. I sigh. Of course he is. For what it's worth, nobody's buying it. Everyone knows you earned this. 3 weeks into my new role, we make a breakthrough. Tom discovers a pattern in market fluctuations that nobody's identified before. Together, we develop a predictive model that's frighteningly accurate. I document everything meticulously. Every team member's contribution is noted. Patents are filed with all our names. This is how it should be done. We present our findings to Chen, who's visibly impressed. This is exceptional work. How soon can we implement it with clients? 2 months, I estimate. We need thorough testing first. Take whatever time you need. Do it right. As we leave his office, my team is buzzing with excitement. This could change everything for our careers. But success has consequences. Within hours, Derek storms into my office. You're making me look bad, he hisses, closing the door. I'm doing my job. Your job is showing up my division. Chun keeps comparing our outputs, and yours is outperforming mine. Then maybe you should work harder. I reply coolly. Derek's face reddens. This is my company, Maya. I built my reputation here. You're just riding my coattails. The accusation is so absurd, I actually laugh. Your coattails? Derek, I literally created the work that got you promoted. And I gave you opportunities you never would have had otherwise. We're both standing now, facing off across my desk. Years of resentment bubbling to the surface. The fight spills into our home life. Derek becomes hostile and withdrawn. We barely speak except to argue. I start sleeping in the guest room. One night, I discover him in my home office, searching through my files. What are you doing? I demand. He spins around, caught. Looking for the new algorithm specifications. Those are confidential. My project, my team. We're married. There shouldn't be secrets. Like you didn't keep secrets when you stole my first algorithm? I shot back. Derek's expression turns ugly. I'm trying to save my career. Your little success story is destroying everything I built. Everything you built on my work, you mean? He steps closer, and for the first time, I feel physically intimidated. You need to withdraw from this project. Tell Chen you can't handle it. Absolutely not. Maya, I'm warning you. If you don't back down, there will be consequences. Is that a threat? He doesn't answer, just storms out. I lock my office door, heart pounding. Who is this man I married? I text Rachel. Can we talk tomorrow? It's important. Her response comes immediately, my place. 7 a.m., I'll make coffee. Rachel's apartment is cozy and warm, filled with plants and books. She hands me a steaming mug as I settle onto her couch. Derek's escalating. I tell her everything. The threats, the intimidation, the theft of my original work. Rachel listens intently, anger growing in her eyes. Maya, you need to protect yourself. Document everything. I have been. No, I mean legally. Get a lawyer. Secure your intellectual property rights. And, honestly, consider separating from Derek. The word separating lands heavy in my chest. Despite everything, divorce feels like failure. I keep thinking he'll change. That he'll remember why we fell in love. Rachel takes my hand gently. People don't change unless they want to.
And Derek?
He likes having control over you. Letting you succeed threatens that control. Deep down, I know she's right. But knowing and accepting are different things. Start with the lawyer, Rachel advises. Protect your work first. The marriage decision can come later. I nod, wiping away tears. I didn't realize we're falling. Thank you. That's what friends are for. I hire an attorney named Patricia Chun, no relation to Robert. She's sharp, experienced, and doesn't sugarcoat anything. Your situation is complex, she explains in her downtown office. The work you did before your promotion belongs to Vertex Solutions since you created it as their employee. But you can file complaints about Derek taking sole credit. What about my new project? That's clearer. You're the named director. Your team is documented. Patents list all contributors. That's protected. And if Derek tries to claim ownership, Patricia's expression hardens. Then we bury him in documentation. I've seen cases like this before. Men taking credit for women's work, especially wives. It rarely ends well for the men once it's exposed. She pauses, studying me. Are you prepared for this to get ugly? It's already ugly. It can get uglier. Workplace investigations, possible divorce proceedings, public scrutiny. Are you ready? I think about the past 6 years. The gradual erosion of my confidence. The stolen credit. The manipulation. I'm ready, I say firmly. What do we do first? Patricia smiles. We build an airtight case. Then we wait for Derek to make his next mistake. Derek's next mistake comes sooner than expected. Desperate to match my team's success, he rushes his division's latest project. He presents a market analysis tool to a major client without proper testing. It fails spectacularly during the live demonstration. The algorithm produces wildly incorrect predictions, making Vertex look incompetent. The client walks out, furious. Chun calls an emergency executive meeting. I'm included since my division handles similar work. Derek sits across the table, face pale and drawn. Explain what happened, Chun demands. Derek fumbles through excuses, blames his team, claims the client's data was flawed. But Chun isn't buying it. Your division has been underperforming for weeks, Derek. Meanwhile, Maya's team is exceeding every benchmark. What's going on? Derek's eyes flick to me, filled with resentment. Perhaps if my wife wasn't undermining my authority. Don't, Chun interrupts sharply. Don't blame your professional failures on your marriage. That's inappropriate and, frankly, pathetic. The room falls silent. Derek looks like he's been slapped. Chun turns to me. Maya, can your team salvage this client relationship? We can try. Give us 2 weeks. Do it. As everyone files out, Derek grabs my arm in the hallway. You did this. You sabotaged me. I pull away. I did nothing. You failed on your own. My team works around the clock to rebuild what Derek's division destroyed. We create a new analysis tool from scratch, properly tested and verified. Tom leads the technical development while Rachel handles client communications. I barely sleep, surviving on coffee and determination. But when we present to the client 2 weeks later, everything works perfectly. The algorithms are accurate, the interface is intuitive, the predictions are solid. The client is impressed. This is what we expected from Vertex originally. Thank you, Maya. We secure not just their original contract, but an expanded one worth millions. Chen personally congratulates my team in a company-wide email, highlighting each person's contribution. Derek's division, meanwhile, is being restructured. Rumors swirl about demotions, possibly firing. I should feel triumphant, but mostly I feel sad. This is my husband facing professional ruin. That night, Derek comes home drunk. He stumbles through the door at 2 a.m., waking me. You destroyed me, he slurs, leaning against the bedroom doorframe. Happy now? Derek, you destroyed yourself. I just did my job. Your job was supporting me, being my wife. My job is being a damn good analyst. Being your wife is separate. He slides down the wall, sitting on the floor. For a moment, he looks broken and small. I don't know who you are anymore. I'm the same person I've always been. I reply softly. You just never really saw me. The divorce papers arrive at Derek's office on a Monday morning. I have them delivered there deliberately, professionally. Patricia advised me to stay at my sister's place for a few days, so I'm not home when he reads them. He calls 17 times. I don't answer. Finally, he texts, we need to talk. Please. I agree to meet at a neutral location, a coffee shop downtown. He's already there when I arrive, looking haggard and exhausted. Divorce, he says as I sit down. Really? Did you think we could come back from this? I thought we could try. Counseling, maybe. I almost laugh. Derek, you stole my work, threatened my career, tried to sabotage my team. Why would I stay married to you? Because I love you. The words sound hollow. Maybe he believes them. Maybe he even means them in his own twisted way. You love controlling me. I correct. That's different from actually loving who I am. Derek's jaw clenches. I gave you everything. A home, opportunities, connections. And I gave you your career. We're even. If you go through with this, I'll fight you for everything. The house, the savings, all of it. I smile sadly. Go ahead. Patricia has documentation of everything, including your intellectual property theft. You really want that aired in divorce court? Derek pales. He hadn't considered that angle. Sign the papers. I continue. Take your half of the assets. Move on. Or fight me and lose everything, including your remaining reputation at Vertex. I stand to leave. I never meant to hurt you, he says quietly. But you did. Repeatedly. And you'd do it again if given the chance. I walk out, leaving him sitting there. It's the last real conversation we ever have. The divorce finalizes in 4 months. Derek signs without contesting, probably on his lawyer's advice. We split assets evenly, sell the house, go our separate ways. Derek transfers to Vertex's California office, essentially a demotion disguised as a lateral move. I hear through the grapevine that he's doing okay, but not thriving. His reputation never fully recovered. Meanwhile, my team's success continues growing. Our financial forecasting tools become industry standard. We publish papers, win awards, get invited to conferences. Every achievement has all our names attached. Rachel gets promoted to assistant director. Tom receives an innovation award. Our 2 young researchers are recruited by major firms, though they choose to stay with us. You created something special here, Rachel tells me one evening as we celebrate another successful project launch. A place where people actually get credit for their work. That's how it should be everywhere, I reply. 6 months post-divorce, I'm healing. Therapy helps. So, does throwing myself into work I'm passionate about. I'm learning to value myself again, separate from anyone else's validation. I even start dating, nothing serious, just remembering what it's like to be appreciated. A year after my promotion, Chen calls me into his office. Maya, I have a proposition for you. I settle into the now familiar leather chair, curious. We're opening a European division. London-based, focused on international markets. I want you to head it up. My breath catches. That's a massive opportunity. You've earned it. Your leadership here has been exceptional. The London role comes with significant authority and compensation. Chief Analytics Officer for the European market. It's everything I could want professionally, but it means leaving, starting over in a new country, away from family and friends. Can I think about it? Take 2 weeks. But Maya? Chen smiles. You've proven you can handle anything. Don't let fear hold you back now. That night, I call my sister Emma. She squeals with excitement when I tell her. Are you kidding?
Take it.
This is incredible. It's scary, I admit. So, was divorcing Derek. So, was standing up for your work. You've done scary before.
She's right.
I've rebuilt my life from the ground up. Why not take it international? I emailed Chen the next morning. I accept. My going away party is bittersweet. The whole team comes. Rachel tears up during her toast. Tom gives me a signed copy of our first published paper. Even Chen makes an appearance, publicly praising my contributions to Vertex. Maya Mitchell didn't just change our analytics division, he tells the crowd. She changed our entire company culture. She proved that talent deserves recognition, that credit should go where it's earned, and that leadership means elevating others. The applause is thunderous. I look around at faces, colleagues who became friends, people who believed in me when I barely believed in myself. Derek doesn't attend. He sends a brief email. Congratulations on London. You deserve it. It's probably the most honest thing he's ever said to me. I respond simply, thank you. I wish you well. And surprisingly, I mean it. I don't hate Derek anymore. I pity him. A man so insecure he had to steal from his own wife to feel successful. But that's his burden to carry, not mine. I'm done carrying other people's weight. I'm flying to London next week, ready for the next chapter. This time, I'm writing my own story. London is rainy and beautiful and overwhelming. My flat overlooks the Thames, and I spend my first week just walking the city, getting oriented. The European division is small but hungry. 12 brilliant analysts from 6 different countries, all eager to prove themselves. Our first meeting crackles with energy. I have one rule. I tell them, everyone gets credit for their contributions. No exceptions. We succeed together or not at all. They respond with enthusiasm that reminds me why I love this work. It's not about personal glory. It's about solving problems, discovering patterns, creating tools that help people make better decisions. We dive into our first major project, developing predictive models for European financial markets. The work is challenging, complex, requiring us to account for multiple currencies, regulations, cultural factors. It's exactly what I need. A fresh start. A clean slate. A chance to prove myself without any baggage from my past. 3 months in, we land our first major client, a multinational bank looking to optimize their investment strategies. Our presentation goes flawlessly. The contract is signed within a week. Chun calls to congratulate me. I knew you were the right choice for this. Thank you for believing in me, I reply. You made that easy. 2 years later, I'm sitting in a London cafe, reviewing my team's latest success. We've expanded to 25 analysts. Our tools are used by financial institutions across Europe. I've published 2 books, keynote 3 conferences, and mentored dozens of young researchers. My phone buzzes, an email from a former Vertex colleague. Derek's been fired. Something about another failed project, cutting corners, blaming others. His pattern finally caught up with him. I feel nothing. No satisfaction, no vindication. Just a mild sadness for wasted potential. My life isn't defined by Derek's downfall. It's defined by what I've built, a career based on genuine achievement, a team that respects and supports each other, a reputation I earned through actual work. I've learned that real success isn't about taking credit or climbing over others. It's about creating value, lifting people up, and staying true to yourself even when it's hard. Derek taught me what I didn't want. Everyone else taught me what's possible. I close my laptop and look out at the London skyline. Somewhere in this city, young researchers are probably facing what I faced, being overlooked, undervalued, stolen from. I make a mental note to expand our mentorship program, to reach more people who need someone to believe in them. Because that's what real leadership looks like. Not taking credit, but making sure everyone gets theirs. My phone rings. Rachel's calling from New York. Maya, guess who just got promoted to VP? I grin. Congratulations. You've earned it. Learned from the best, she replies. We talk for an hour, laughing and sharing stories. After we hang up, I sit for a moment in grateful silence. This is what victory looks like. Not someone else's downfall, but your own rise. And I'm just getting started.